Hey, Michael Gibney with Team Prodigy here. Just got the new 400G D6 in. Came out here to my home course to film a little bit. Got some good wind going, so what we'll do is test it into a headwind and a tailwind. Try to throw some turnovers, some hyzer shots, and maybe even some rollers. Let's see how these things do. Cool, so for these first two throws, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the D6, we're gonna throw them real hard on just a slight hyzer. This hole's about 382 feet, so we're just gonna throw them hard on a slight hyzer and see what they do. So for that shot there, threw it out there with a slight hyzer, turned up, turned over, carried, and then finished back left. The shot was about 382 feet, and I went about 30 or 40 past the basket, and that was throwing it pretty hard, so it gets some pretty good distance on it. We're gonna try it again and see what it does this time. So with that one there, I threw it a little flatter. Whenever I threw that one, it turned all the way over to a roller and then kept rolling, ended up at about 415 maybe, or 420. So turned into a really good roller, throwing it really hard. I threw it flat that time instead of with hyzer. All right, so what we're gonna try this time is we're gonna try to throw some rollers with it. We're gonna release it real hard and flat one time, and then we're gonna release it on an actual kind of turnover to roller line and see what we can get it to do. Got down real quick, throwing right at the basket and passed it. All right. So that time what I did is threw it really hard and flat and let it turn itself all the way over. This time I'm gonna try to turn it over, kind of put it on one of those ante lines where you're putting it down and see what it does that way. So what it did that time, putting it on an ante line, since it is so understable, it got down really quickly and wanted to kind of swirl out right. So far from testing, it seems like throwing it really flat and let it turn itself over and put it on the ground is kind of the way that the rollers are gonna work best. So what we're gonna try to simulate here is maybe somebody with a little less arm speed. And so we'll just throw it about 75%, a little hyzer, and see what it does. So what it did there, got a nice little S out of it. Didn't really throw it that hard, maybe 70, 75%. Got a nice S out of it and came back. Feel like that's gonna be really good for a player with that might not be able to turn over a D3 fully and get good flex out of it. I feel like this is gonna be a real good disc that'll get it some good right turns. So let's try that again. Threw that one a little flatter and it just turned really hard right. So my first impressions after throwing the D6 about 20 or 30 times, it's definitely an understable disc. It's for a pro player, it's definitely a good roller disc, or something where you could throw it on a nice ante and let it flip all the way, just kind of ride out. For the amateur player, you could throw it with some hyzer, get a little bit of turn out it and come back. You could throw it on a roller if you give it a little bit of a roller line. I think it's a good all-around disc on the understable side of the plastic. Me personally, it's definitely gonna go in my bag. I had a really beat up D3 that I was using for rollers. I think I'll try to put this in there and see how it works over the next coming months. I definitely suggest picking one up. It comes out next Wednesday, June 29th. Make sure to contact your nearest vendor, pick one up. And let me know down below in the comments section. Tell me what you're going to use the disc for. Are you going to use it for rollers? Are you going to use it for turnovers? Are you going to use it for hyzer flips that just fade out right? Let me know what you want to use the disc for. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, and we'll see you on the next one.